Worst kind.
The day is yours to plan.
Recording.
Tell me what you wish to do as you approach.
Critical Role.
That's right. It was a dawn plan situation.
Campaign 3, chapter 50, I believe.
I think we figured out that,
Live.
planning or no planning.
And I love these guys. These guys are
Basic
God.
structure and then throw it out the window.
If I had family, they
The
would be.
solstice has not begun.
I do have family,
Correct.
It
but
begins.
my family's away
Is
and
it
they're
3
here.
hours of the
So
morning right now, you said?
It's 3 hours
Fuck,
in the morning.
that's pathetic.
It happens tonight or happens tomorrow. You're not sure the exact timing.
look at these guys. Don't you just love them though? Look at them.
Maybe it
I want
happens
to cuddle
when
them. I want
the moon comes in.
to tickle them. I want to
I mean,
give them love and
Do we
affection.
want? It's nighttime. We're about to go to sleep. Is that right?
Well, no, you're waking up
Just
in the morning.
we're about to go to sleep.
If you have not watched Critical Role before,
Everything.
you should. You
This is
should.
the day before everything?
I'm probably gonna do the whole chapter because I'm depending on my battery, and my battery's gonna go out any moment. I charged it to fully,
Today's
but
the first day. No, maybe tonight could be the
you're
first
kidding
night.
me.
What is happening?
What is happening? It's not scripted, liar.
Problem.
Who said that?
Sam Riegel. You can tell because no southern twang.
Oh, okay.
You ain't got
We
no southern
can't
twang.
reconnaissance.
can't.
We can't recon. We can't. We're in
Why?
a big fucking ship.
No.
So what do we do?
Oh wait, fuck.
Recon. Can't. We're in a big fucking ship.
No.
So what do we do? What are we gonna like fly up and be like, "Don't look at us"?
How do we land far? Do we land far away? This
Well,
is Imogen now.
We do have someone that can fly, and we have ways to make them invisible. Or you
Closer
can
this way.
fly and make them invisible.
These are the ideas that I need.
Right.
You have to have a ground team, you have to have an infiltration team, right?
Closer.
Are we okay?
We're in character now.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like
We don't actually know what Howard does.
he's gonna be.
Yeah, we're going there.
Gotta get the hands of the- There you go.
What are we gonna do? Imogen?
Oh, guys, let's cancel the solstice, let's go home.
If we're invisible,
No.
fine.
Yeah.
Somebody could see,
Exactly.
or somebody could see
So-
us. That's really powerfully magic, right? They can see things that are invisible.
Somebody
I
can hear you.
imagine.
Yeah.
Eros and
Well, here's the
Thanatos.
thing though, the ship is so large.
Dungeons and
We need
Dragons
to
is
build
an
in the time
Eros
to
thing.
park it far away.
Yeah.
And that's
And,
travel time. So we need appropriate travel
It
time.
uses
And we could
Thanatos to
send
propel
someone
Eros.
flying in, but
It's a very
that's
curious thing.
like, that's too far to go.
If you don't know what I
in.
mean,
It's-
watch my
it's an hour flying,
older
travel
videos.
speed is like what, 40 or 50 feet
But,
while you're flying.
Basically,
You have
Freud
to
said
get,
there
like,
was two
far enough
big
away to be able to half hour it, 20 minutes
impulses
there,
in
look
mankind.
around
One
for
is
10,
death,
20 minutes back.
Point of
Thanatos, and
order.
one is sex.
We don't know where there is.
Sex and death.
No.
So we don't even know, like, okay, it feels like we're far
Sure.
enough to disembark.
Right.
We have to find it
Closer,
first.
so I don't
And
know.
then when we find it, they can see us.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's true.
Blindfold?
Turn
Like
that way.
1,000 feet.
Okay, that's not.
Can we do a cloud around us so that we can at least get?
So we're like one
Yeah, just-
moving cloud. Like that's not obvious at all.
This is
Well,
fine.
I mean,
I gotta
It
put
is,
it here.
it's a sandstormy day,
I'll
right?
put it in
It's
my
usually
belly.
cloudy. What's the weather?
It looks like there will be some winds and dust coming in a number of hours.
shit.
Clouds though, no clouds?
Not like heavy.
Kind of hard to do
And
this.
there's clouds in the sky, but there's no storm blowing, and there's just like
There we
heavy
go.
winds picking up a dust storm at most.
For instance, could we like go into the cumulonimbus clouds and sort of like hide up there if we did some
You
skill
can
check?
certainly try.
Oh,
Okay,
geez,
okay.
that's what I'm
Yes,
talking
maybe
about.
we do a super high
So you want
altitude,
to-
a cirrus
A halo drop?
a halo drop.
So if you haven't been following the story, they have a flying
Well,
ship.
how else do we don't even know where it is. We
And,
can't do anything unless we first find it. And we can't
The
find
world
it.
is
We're
ending,
invisible,
and
so
they
we
got,
gotta go
like,
in the clouds.
8
In
days
that plan that
to
you had in the dream,
save the
we
world
saw a sinkhole.
A
by,
giant
was
skull.
by
sinkhole
shutting
so
down
much of
some
outside the sinkhole.
machines that are going to call
Do
a
you
god
remember-
killer
do you
into the
Do you
world.
remember any kind of identifying features? Landmarks?
Sand and dirt.
Sand ruins.
Was there a water
Just
burn?
ruins.
So right of the water.
Now, as part of the dream, it wasn't an extremely clear take on everything around you. Like, it was mainly like you can make out shapes and some details around you, almost like they're on the very far periphery of your vision at all times, unless you focus on something, and you were focused on your mother. So you remember you remember aspects. You remember the pit. You remember some of the structure and like the architecture, and you remember seeing on the outside of the pit there was what looked like small encampments with some like winding like steps and some sort of like two long descents that continue down into the pit from the above of it.
Crossways that went back and forth across the pit, right?
Some of the bridges did, but they never crossed the center.
Okay.
They were all like kind of off. But yeah.
Okay. If we get close
We'll
enough,
just hold it.
or at least high enough or something, I can always send in Pate to do a little flyby.
We
Pate
do have
is a
mystery
little
box that we haven't opened yet.
zombie rat
Ira.
bird
We should
thing.
include him in all of
And
this.
she's kind of like a zombie girl.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
kind
you
of
can
cool.
teleport in and out of stuff. Maybe
Ghostly
he could,
zombie.
We already
undead
learned.
thingy.
We
I think he said he has had eye on them, right?
And we're just
Yeah,
getting.
that's right.
So that's a werewolf.
Here it is based on like.
Zombie girl. It's like a robot.
Banned for a little bit. I think
That's a
he-
satyr.
Like,
That's okay. Even
It's
if
an
it's
elf,
plus one per. I think he said he could.
human
I have
warlock.
a feeling it's like
It's like a halfling, and this is like an elf stone
You head down to the chamber
thing.
that I was chosen
Wait, go down.
for his quarters, and it is
Genasi,
it's
it's a
kind of like
Genasi.
a musty storage,
A weird elemental
chamber under deck, beneath
creature.
the deck. And as you kind of open the door and
Very
call the
rowdy
name out,
bunch.
you can see kind of perched up in the corner.
If you
just
don't
kind
know.
of sitting up there.
If you
the
do,
legs
you're
curled up,
blessed.
the arms kind of out, the head kind of like unfurls from within the coat and looks at you with a smile. You called my name.
did you sleep like that?
Oh, there you are. Handy.
Quarters are a bit cramped, but you make do with what you're given.
He's a fucking genius. Look at him.
Ira, listen,
Genius.
we were just contemplating our approach and how we might be able to do some basic reconnaissance.
Oh, this is
because
very
instead of
pretty.
just dropping down and smiting the earth and everything contained within, we might want to try and salvage a soul or two before we do so. So we were curious. You have the ability to kind of jump from space to space. Would it be, first of all, have you been to this site in person yet as you were keeping an eye on them?
In person, no, but I know where it is, and now we can get there.
That's a big help.
Look at that.
Yeah.
What, so to
How do you mean?
I've seen the device that I built with the counterways allowed me to locate
Oh, I have an
Would you
idea.
be able to judge how close we are and
When we should land and.
yeah.
His arms like reach out and push past you into the hallway and kind of clambers around in almost a corkscrew as he heads down to the stairway that leads up to the deck.
just to be clear, your intention is to destroy this device, not use it or salvage it in any way.
You're asking this on the deck, or you follow him as he goes up there?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess. I wish to destroy everything they've worked on.
Somebody
There we go.
inside check him, please.
I
Hold it now,
Let's
see?
make an insight check.
Ah, brilliant. Kill that rat, though. Yeah.
22.
22.
No, it's over yonder.
I mean, this is the worst possible way to watch a show.
Oh, Whispers.
It's on cell phone.
Don't read this for Whispers. It says for combat only.
Oh, there we
But
go.
fuck it. This combat is brought to you by WizKids Minis.
Wait, what
Join
combat?
forces
What's
with the Mighty
fighting? No, I
Knights.
missed
Take on the
it.
terrifying
No.
Pre-order painted or unpainted versions of this behemoth today. You can expand your collection of Critical Role minis at whizkids.io/crminis
Where are these
or
in
your LGS. Right? Is that what you say? Why LGS? Your local game store? Isn't there like?
There's
Now they
a
know.
beautiful thing about D&D
After I thank you.
is that there's a long pause for thinking when you
Kind of like looks at you for a second, smiling as he
when
finishes
you,
his phrase, and then clambers
it's
off the
combat.
edge of the deck. And you watch, he reaches into his coat and pulls out this tiny little spyglass that like extends like this long needle, and the end kind of
so you can
unravels
make your
like a
friendly
clockwork device into this like extended
talk.
lens that seems to almost appear on his face.
Combat
There's
is kind of-
flash
I don't
of
say boring, but
energy, and he puts it up to his
not
eye, and you
as
watch it kind
intense
of
to
curls,
think
not
about,
unlike
just
the end
mathematics.
of the device, the key replication that you saw in the
If you don't know
hideaway,
math,
and
you
kind
don't know how to
of
play
shifts the body a
D&D.
bit this way, the wind kind of blowing his ears a bit to the side,
Can't build a good
before it retracts,
characters. You don't
puts it back into his coat, turns around.
It's a
Captain,
nerd game.
we're going this way. And he points and leans in, his whole body forming like an extended weird weather vane as he kind of arcs his long gnarled finger in the direction
His wife.
that he emphasizes as the captain in the back tennis goes, "Sure, all right, well, go ahead and follow where it's going. This Why would they argue with a giant Spider-Man? He just goes ahead and begins to slightly arc the ship in the direction it's going, and kind of begins taking a few notes and on like a side table where the small map that Captain Xandus has, they're also like marking the trajectory of where they're heading.
This guy
With that, I return back
and this
around.
guy have
But
been
I
lovers.
surmise it won't be too long.
She is his wife. And
What are we doing?
A
think
few
these are married
hours
too.
less.
I'd say probably half a day's journey.
Fair enough. We're going to communicate this to the captain, but one of our fallback plans is to use this ship itself as a weapon. We're hoping that might catch them off guard. Like that. But
That's fun.
I figure maybe I should go talk to Xandus and sort of start to introduce the idea.
Sam has children.
There are other
with
crew
his wife.
members that will need to get off the ship.
I don't think so. The captain's the only one that survives this. Do you want to talk to El Nightmare King to communicate how we're going to go in
Gotta
quiet?
figure out these guys. I gotta read
Well,
their
we gotta figure out
histories.
how we're gonna go in quiet,
Well, we're
right?
gonna set down, I assume, we're gonna set down a couple hours out.
Yeah, we do want to set out of visual range so they can't see us, whether we're high or low. And in this case, low would serve us best, right? As close to the horizon as possible.
Yeah, get all the innocent folk off the ship and us and a
I don't know. I
scout.
mean, let's think about it, FCG.
All
What
right.
if we sacrifice their souls to buff yours? What if it's sacrificed to the Changebringer? What if he gives you multiple coins? Ask the Changebringer.
There you go.
Okay. Changebringer, would you like me to sacrifice the lives of innocents on this ship?
I guess that's a yes.
I just don't think you should.
Open your heart to her message.
There's a message in there. There's a mystery. Clearly, she doesn't want me to just willy-nilly sacrifice people, but maybe she's saying that we're going to have to make a sacrifice on this day of some sort.
That's exactly what you just
Yeah,
asked.
just
for.
gonna
Yeah.
say-
I'm just saying, like,
You have just leveled up, FCG. I think bringing some nuance and interpretation to your faith is a very important step.
Yeah, actually, I'm with this.
Oh boy, can't wait to translate it into other languages and see what happens.
Oh
I'm gonna have to think on this. You guys talk.
my god. Why is there little like pauses? What's going on?
Ira, have you, experienced the apogee solstice before? In your lifetime?
I've not necessarily been present here in Exandria at its time.
Slide on.
It has some echo effects amongst the other realms, and I've made use of it in ways that it was
I'll just turn that off.
But I must say, from what
Oh,
I've
you know,
seen and
that's
learned,
interesting.
and even just these
Can you see that?
past handful of years of brief interactions with Luminous and his strange interests, it seems like it would be quite a
Oh, that's fine.
We haven't told him. Do we know,
So
do
there's
we
like
know
little
that you,
jumps in the screen.
who you're talking about is the same person that we met?
Yes, we do.
We do know this. We met
What's
him.
going on?
Yeah, we met him.
smashing.
Can he see invisible things?
Who?
Do you know?
What the fuck, man?
Lewdness?
Most likely. He's, by and large, one of the oldest and most powerful practitioners of magic in this mortal realm.
How old do you reckon?
I have no idea. I have at least half millennium.
He mentioned being around during the calamity, maybe towards the end of the calamity, or
That
post.
seems a bit stretched for the lifespan of an elf, unless he dabbles in necromancy, which, I mean, then the gates kind of fly open, but it's possible.
He's got like a real massive grudge for the gods.
So I've noticed. It's adorable.
Some people
What do you think about the
think they
gods?
can play a role,
I don't think about
but
them.
actually they play
Yeah, it's,
themselves
it's kind of insane.
unfailingly. They play themselves, and the dungeon master plays God. It's his nature.
He has so much in common.
Two
And the
spiders.
I'm just gonna try to just grab the little,
You don't want to wait for a distraction?
Seriously,
or
just gonna try to do it right now?
well,
And anybody who plays D&D
talk
wants to
while
play
they're
the dungeon
talking.
master.
Do it.
What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna try to take little needle spyglass.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
You cracking open some new ones for this?
That's a hard thing.
Oh, I just keep closing that for some reason, like they'll reset.
Okay, yeah, that's sure. That's dice lore.
Chucks it.
Okay. 20.
Yeah.
Okay. As he's leaning forward, you see precisely this kind of small sewn pocket on the inside of the lapel. You deftly, glance over and see just the slightest glint of light on metal, and rapidly kind of lean forward and withdraw it and tuck it away. Doesn't seem to notice.
Yeah, he's down the cloud. He knows.
What was the last solstice like over in the Fey realm? Like, what made everybody interested in it in the first place?
Well, the solstice primarily, the average solstice as it occurs, brings with it heightened magical energy, strange beings, mutations, and a lot of aberrations born around that time period tend to be the more dangerous and swollen of their normal selves. That's how you find some of the more unique and mythological beasts that make a name for themselves. Often born in or around the average solstice. Well, in
My theory is there's no such thing as mythology. It's all just
the sky
history.
grows brighter, the
under
darks
certain-
grow darker. For our folk and those around us, it's a night of ritual, it's a night of celebration. It's a night of indulgence and bacchanalian joys and terrors.
How old is the red moon?
Well, we know that it didn't appear in the sky until...
It's post-calamity, right?
Yeah.
Far pre-calamity.
Divergence, post.
No, Rude.
Yeah, Rude is.
No,
If you're
Rude's
messing
been around
calamity
since around the
with Brendan
fountain.
Mulligan as
Yeah,
Dungeon
because
Master,
it's a
you
god
must.
if it's a
It
our
is
theory is if
brilliant,
it's a god
and
cage
Brendan
holding
is
two
just
gods that no
awesome.
one's ever heard of, and that's long
And,
before the
uh,
calamity. It's from the
Okay.
beginning. That's the beginning.
Just trying to put this together. Yeah.
Grog plays an Aarakocra.
So if we sit down, do we take the vehicle and drive close to do a scout?
I guess it's pretty loud, but yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah, you get close enough to ditch it and go on foot,
Yeah.
just to make it little.
And then
And
we
it's a small board.
have 2 teams, is that what we're looking at? A sky team?
Chutney
And
is
a
Grog's
ground
Ford.
Well, it feels like whoever's on the ship that's gonna do that needs to either have some fly or something, or to be able to cast, have it cast on them, but also like an ability to communicate. But it's probably one person on the ship,
Are
right?
they the same character though?
And Ira and
What do they
Xander,
share?
duo that makes sense because
Yeah, but Ira-
Alpha male.
I know. I'm just trying to think how you fly that ship in and not sacrifice anyone on board.
Well, are we thinking the ground team is going to come back after the scout, or once we're in, we're in?
Do we have time for a scout? Are we
We have
right
a whole
on top
day.
of it?
Yeah, whole day.
Well, we've got half a day
Half a day
to get there.
near it. Half a day to get there and
Yeah, it's
park,
gonna be-
and then travel to it.
Like, we're gonna get to it, the ground team, if they can get in, if they can get eyes on your mom and on Plane Rider Ren, are gonna be like, yes, I need
We
more
got
time,
her.
hold,
Yeah.
or like, I don't see her.
I think we still have to do that though. We still have to send in a ground team because otherwise we're all flying in. That seems crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not doing that for sure.
So we should,
So
we
really,
should go
what it's
in
gonna
by
have to
ground
be is
Yeah.
either you or me,
to send.
we split up.
I think what the Changebringer was telling me was to stay on the ship.
Really?
Well,
How are you gonna fly off?
Look at his
I have a
eyes.
little propeller.
Total concentration.
Does that really work?
We need
Because I feel like the only time it works is if,
Try right here, can you hover?
He knows. Shit.
Makes a cool noise.
Oh, 2 horsepower.
Yeah, you don't fly. You haven't tried slowing a descent, but doesn't seem to do much at the moment.
I could fashion some sort of parachute. We have enough time to make one.
What is the issue here at hand we're discussing?
Okay, so, catching you up real quick, here's what we're thinking. ground team, go in, get Imogen's mom, also get plane rider Ren.
Super important.
She's a little bit petrified, and it's kind of been made like an example of, and there's a big statue in front of the Malleus Key. So we want to get her
Where
because
everybody can see her.
yeah, because there are other people who are trapped in other dimensions, so if we don't get her, then they might be just stuck there forever in the fire plane. Anyway, we get them, and then we fly the boat in, either super low, super stealthy, through the canyons, smash it into the Malleus Key. We got a super bomb made by Imahara Joe, and then also maybe some other things, and or we position the boat up top of the Malleus Key, and we kill the brimstone and let it go. Boom.
This motherfucker better not betray us. We just gave the whole thing.
But we need Xandus on board to fly it, or no? Ashton, you studied how to fly it, right?
I know how it works. I'm not probably great at it yet, but I understand. I was more
Percy.
trying to figure out how brimstone
And
works.
This guy
also, Fern, didn't you
always
study it?
Yes, I did.
angry.
So who's going to stay behind?
Anger
to
is
leave
his
this
motivation
proverbial
in all his characters.
Maybe
not. Maybe
But
the
we
bard
can't
is no. The
So
bard is
SCG or I.
the bard is actually
So why don't
angry
you and I
and he
stay? Can you
don't have
get
to
us,
study the
like, if
bard.
we jumped off, could you, like, slow
This
our
guy's
descent?
loyalty.
You can
Might be kind
I
of
could,
Always
yes,
loyalty.
I could polymorph.
Yeah.
Thank you. I forgot this is a new thing that I can do. I could figure
She's
it out.
nuts.
Okay.
Figure it out. We'd be fine. We'd be totally fine.
Or you two could stay, either way.
I have an argument for Ashton to be on the ground
And
because he
she's
helps
nuts.
us stealth around.
And she's
the ground.
nuts. The women are
I'm
crazy.
terrible at stealth.
Why are the women so fucking
Ashton,
crazy in this
emergency.
show?
Yeah, good emergency.
But I'm gonna be coming. We're gonna be coming.
Yeah, we're
They're
definitely
playing
not
Dungeons and
consideration
Dragons.
for this guy ship.
No, that's
Have to be
That's
crazy if
good.
they Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what I could do on this.
So it's between y'all four.
I think it is the two of you. There's nobody else it can be.
We also need a plan for moving Rin
Which is going to be
in a manner that she will not break.
beefy.
So we
boys.
need beefy Ashton.
Well, yeah, I was thinking Ashton or you.
Strength.
Let's not count out the age over here, okay?
That's why we have the
A
hole.
lot of power there.
Put it in the hole.
He
I can help you fly.
But how
is
strong are
the
you?
alpha player.
Oh, great.
He is
I can get
the
around.
clown.
In what regard are you?
He is the one trying to upstage
help
him,
picking up
and
the giant
he is the one bringing
stone
peace
pillar.
between these two
I could
guys.
certainly help.
Interesting. There's a whole
But my
dynamic here,
skills lie.
and it's always the
Oh,
same,
yeah.
but it's not.
I don't know. It might be very useful if you could potentially help us dismantle this Malleus Key if the skyship plan fails, or just having.
Oh, I'd be very interested.
You're not going to betray us.
He's
are
always
you?
looking at his watch.
Why
Why?
would
Well, you know.
Why are you looking at your watch? Why are you looking at your
You
watch?
can't trust me.
That's fair.
Something. Counting
But
down
what
to
options do
something.
you have?
What are you counting down to?
I'm weirdly comfortable with not trusting somebody.
Can I get a vibe of Ira checking out his Fabod, what his strength is compared to my super average 10?
He's
Much stronger.
made of sticks.
Not like massively, but like strong.
Yeah, I'm not strong. I'm
Yeah, tensile face strength.
And Ira, not to get too inside baseball, great game, played on a remote island. If you weren't with us and if the skyship wasn't gonna crash down and make this big fucking commotion, what would your plan be? Just in case something goes awry.
Oh, and I'd probably try and find a way to rapidly sneak in, find out where the basis of all of its power sources are, and destroy them all at once before anyone knows any better.
I like it. That sounds good to me.
But they have seemed to have adjusted some of their setup. But that's where improvisation comes in.
The only other part of this we haven't talked about, because it feels like it'll be incredible if we get that far, is getting out.
Yes.
We can. We can.
For the change bringer.
Suicide mission? No.
I could take one with me.
We're just acknowledging it for us, so we don't go like, oh yeah.
I mean, maybe we could just stash the crawler
We
nearby.
also, if it's about to go boom, we do have a portable hole.
I can make a couple of quick jaunts with one other.
Not bad either.
Maybe somebody asked this. Tall King, can you tell us, can you do anything about Rin's petrification?
Oh, that is beyond my
Good.
realm of
Get back
expertise.
to Nan and Maury, though. She can help. She already said she could.
Yeah, I just Maybe we want to exit out of there if we can wake her up.
If this is the big HQ here, maybe they'll have like, I don't know, teleportation circles or vehicles or other things
Maybe
inside
the
or below.
tempest might have some abilities to get in and out. Or, I mean, we're meeting them there. We didn't even.
Did you see any trees in your dream?
Is she personally coming? Or is it just her?
Possible, but not
Her
100%. We could
Don't you think someone with
check in
her
again.
power would have the ability to wake up Ren?
They're talking about Kalis, the druid that she played in the first Vox Machina.
Also, have we called them?
Yeah, we did yesterday. We got a message through a seed.
These guys made a multi-million
But don't we
dollar
need to follow up and be like,
Yeah,
enterprise out of this.
Probably wants to be like land.
All right. Plan set.
All right.
And they're
How
going.
we?
Let's go.
What's the sneaky team doing? How's the sneaky team getting
That's
down?
for y'all to figure out when you get down there.
Sneaky team is Ashton, Chetney, Orm.
Are they trolls of
Rod,
Hasbro, though? That's the question.
Which three of y'all are on the sky ship?
We're just sky ship.
Okay, and Imogen, sneaky team.
All right.
I just
Are
want
they
to point
my
out,
tools?
we're bringing no one with healing capabilities with us on Team Sneak.
No.
We've got health
They're all
galore.
his tools.
And we're gonna be dive bombing in right away.
Yeah, and if you go down, like, we can also, pull off your health potion and dump it in your mouth, or betray you and take it for ourselves.
If I'm staying behind on the ship with these two, I can take one of you to a place of absolute necessary time, if need be.
What does that mean?
Oh. I can grasp you within my fold, and both of us can be there as soon as we need to.
Do you have the ability to send messages?
Very short distance. But you seem to have that ability.
Sure.
We have an emergency healer we need.
If need be, just let me know. I'll grab your metal friend here, and we'll just make a grand entrance.
That's actually a really good idea.
Great.
Yeah. So then you would
I have a
come
ship.
with us?
I'm in charge of the ship, right?
Yeah. You're the captain. I'm the first mate.
And then you would turn into a bird or something, I don't know, and
Fly
join us.
far,
And,
far, far away.
well, that's
Why is I staying on the ship?
sure.
Ted,
Quick teleport us.
Or I can come with you. Choice is yours.
I don't know, it's been fruitless thus far, but should we try to do another thing where we look and see if any dream walkers are watching us right now? Like we've watched them.
Just like a perception.
We made them do something before. It doesn't usually work, but just for shits and
If
giggles.
my circlet that I'm wearing is impossible to scry on, that's not the same as what the dream.
Make a wisdom check for me, if you don't mind.
Oh, wait.
Real dice.
Okay.
God, I
I'm
missed
not
that.
very wise. 7.
Use virtual dice in our games.
You don't fully understand the details of the powers that you have, though you're beginning to grasp them more and more. How people have peered in, or you've peered
What
on
is she
individuals,
drinking?
it feels instinctual, and you're uncertain as
Coffee.
to the true nature of what creates that tether, that connection.
Soda.
You do sense some binding with the circlet, that it does seem
No idea.
to
He's
keep
got his
such
big old
tethers
thing.
out.
You don't have any drink over there.
All right.
Only other thought. In case your mom comes
Is this
around
a
or if
drink?
she's selling us out, do you want to reach out and give her a false lead? Like say, either A, we'll be there in a couple days, just to throw her off, or B, maybe act like you're coming solo, and if you really wanted to find her, where could you locate her inside?
I can try.
Her
Might be
mother
able to
is
see
part of
through
the
it, what with everything that
bad
we've
guys,
given her so far.
working the bad guys.
Right.
So she's trying to save her mom before they storm the bad guys and try to destroy their machine to call the dark god
another
to
question
kill all
about
the other
circlet.
gods.
Yeah.
Wait, this
God
could be
killer.
awesome. Wait, if the circlet keeps you from having people talking to you telepathically without you wanting them to.
Going to the piece of equipment.
If I try to drop my like mental walls, do I hear everybody? Do I hear all the thoughts around me still, or is it like
Because you
empty?
usually can't do that around lots of people.
If you open your mind?
If you know how like all the time I'm like blocking all the buzz out, right?
Yes.
Constantly.
Yes.
If I stop mentally like actively doing that, do I hear people still, or does the circle keep it away?
For the first time in a long time, there is a restful silence that comes across your mind.
Welcome to Tylenol.
That opens up.
Tylenol.
You don't know what I'm thinking right now.
Probably.
Wouldn't really guess, but
How does that feel?
that's pretty amazing.
Means after this, we're going clubbing.
Well, okay, that's great. Then, okay, yeah, so I could probably be like open-minded. It wouldn't be as like painful to do. Amazing.
What other prep? Who do we need to talk to, check in with? For half days, we've been flying for about half hour, an hour.
Did you still want to talk
Yeah,
to
it's a conversation. You have a handful of hours before you.
Oh, yes.
and give him a bit of a heads up?
I got this, no problem.
We're just gonna pull him off the ship, though.
100%. But I'm gonna.
Yeah, will Xander stay behind with you two? And
Yeah, there's
then
no
Fern,
We'll come with
Fern
you.
carry?
I think we.
You don't think you want the person with lots and lots of experience?
She learned.
It's not.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
What?
I'm
what?
not fighting
it's
it.
not
No,
what?
I'm-
You're gonna challenge
embracing
my,
chaos.
my
I'm
What do we
embracing
do?
chaos.
skills?
What do we do when we jump off the
Yes,
ship?
you are.
We're gonna have Xandis with us
Right?
I'm not
Oh,
gonna.
in
that's
the
right,
belly
Xand-
of the fight.
Yeah, no. Xandis isn't a fighter.
Well,
Are
let's
you
talk to
Xandis?
him. Let's see what.
Xandis is, they're back behind the wheel. Sorry, I can't hear you through all the wind. What's going on? Your seventh name?
Listen, I just wanted to give you a little insight into what's going on.
Sure.
Lord Esteros, boy, he made us rich. Filthy rich. In fact, we're gonna be coming into a few other airships after this.
Really?
Yeah, we're gonna like start.
Congratulations. That's
Thank you. So I was hoping maybe
Wow.
you might be interested in overseeing that fleet, but before we do, we gotta scuttle this one. It's just kind of becoming obsolete, and I know you might be very fond of it, but here's the deal. We're gonna be scuttling it in a strategic location to set us up for an advantageous enterprise after this. You can either be a part of that scuttling effort, which is gonna be fairly high adrenaline, or we could let you off of the ship and, you can watch from afar if it's too emotional for you.
Make a persuasion check.
That was a roller coaster.
I don't know what I was saying. no. Yep. 5. No, 15. That's a 4 to 14. 5.
Wait, what?
No, that's a perception check.
Yeah. Why'd you have advantage?
Because I'm looking at perception, which is not that. Persuasion's down here.
Roll one more dice and make that be your perception.
Sorry, guys. I stroked
Been a
out.
long week.
13.
13. You look at Xandis and their right eye kind of twitches a little bit. I'm sorry, you saying you're looking to just get rid of the ship? Just say goodbye to my baby?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
For the purpose of new enterprise.
Yeah, I mean, there are some noble pursuits and all this, but that's the boring stuff. Really, it's going to be a new echelon of sky travel. Esteros, Xandis, Incorporated.
Easy.
Easy ink.
Easy. I'm gonna help too. I'm gonna help you through all this.
You know what,
That sweetens the deal.
This is your boat. You can do what you want with it. Based on what I'm gleaning, we're going to a very dangerous circumstance, and based on the technicolor crazy sky stuff, it's going to be kind of a little dangerous, right?
Yeah.
To put it lightly.
Yes, kind of gleaning that. If there's any more information you want to give about how dangerous things are going to be, it'd be great, because I have a lot of people here that I care about as part of this ship that I also got to take care of, and if we can figure that out, I mean, the ship is yours to do what you like. You own it.
Yeah, they're going to be coming off regardless. We just wanted to know if you would be interested in guiding its final journey to its destination. It will be intense.
You're asking me to go down with the ship.
No, we're going to get you off the ship on the way down. That's why you can either be a part of that, guiding its expertly navigated route to its final destination, or you can watch from afar while we probably fuck it up.
We're gonna save the world.
I can just put in that the ship is probably screwed either way if we don't do this, if we do this. We're kind of in the middle of the ship.
All right, that's fair. That's fair
Yeah.
enough point. You did say do, which is
Yeah.
pretty funny.
No,
No, also like, all right, no, I mean, there's the captain's duty to go down with the ship, I suppose. But usually there's like, you can swim. If it's a boat, this is a sky ship, so it kind of explodes when it collides. And you say you can help. How? I need assurances. I really like this life. I want to stick with it.
Right. If
Sure, we can.
we don't know how much of a fighter you are, Xandus. If you'd rather stay at a distance and keep yourself safe as well as the rest of the crew, then I say disembark before we get.
Let's do that one. Not the fighter.
Yeah, that's a good.
Let's do
Just
that.
if you have time, just help this one.
Yeah, maybe
Have her
help furnish
get
the ship.
together.
Are you piloting this?
Yeah.
Take the wheel for the next hour. I just want to have a
Just
look
to
at this.
sort of okay, great.
Yeah.
Learner's permit.
But like, what would I need? What's like the best? Just to make sure that I'm the best person for this job. Do we know what it would entail?
Okay. Good indicator. Good indicator.
Are you buffing me?
Yeah, I'm gonna be giving you so much emotional
It doesn't
support
look
that it will give you an advantage.
Multitask.
Constantly writing.
Not just guide you, enhance your abilities
Okay, great.
and your emotional state, so you're gonna be great. You're gonna be fine at this.
We'll be great. We'll be great at this.
Slowly, let's transition to day as we travel. I'm keeping that in mind.
With morphine an hour ahead of time.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
We're good.
So,
We're good.
it's hard to react to this because
Okay.
I
This
mean,
is
I've showed
perfect.
you the basics for the most part. I just want to make sure that, I'd really hate for you to miss your mark.
Yeah.
So, that would look better than all of it. So I'd say, take the wheel for a bit. Show me what you got.
All right.
Go ahead and roll.
Guidance.
and it's not fucking scripted. Anyways, this thing is scripted.
Because this is a
I'll
protracted
fight
period
them,
of
I'll
time,
cut them, man.
guidance will I think would really help.
It's not
So especially given the circumstance that the scenario involved here would likely not have guidance as an option. Go ahead and roll a d20 and either add your, I'll say survival, or your, let's say dexterity.
Or deception.
Apogee solstice.
Oh,
Do
that's
what we must.
not great.
because
We
we
can
can.
first.
Wow.
9
Yeah.
for the first roll.
All right. So you all sit back for a bit while you're discussing your plans, and the ship occasionally so it's like, what? Put it back this way. But you know what? You promised me we'd get off the
I guess I
ship,
just wanted
right?
to
You
have
got me
them
all
in my
safe. All right,
channel.
I'm gonna
That's the
take
main thing,
in
you know?
there. You're fine.
I'm not going to
Takes
be
the wheel back.
monetizing this show
Well,
because
let me just
obviously
give
I'm
you another
copying
go.
it.
So I gotta
paid
learn
for
how
the
to.
now.
It seems timeline that this is
But I
a
just
little
wanted
bit
to
short
give them
than this.
credit for
She's got.
sucking in my brain
Xandus.
and making me
Yeah.
into putty.
Well,
She's got it.
You're the
yeah,
guy.
Give her
I
one
got it,
more
I
try.
got it, I got it.
All right, one more shot. Forget how much time we
These are
got. I
brilliant.
was like
They're beautiful.
looking
Look
over
at
the
them.
edge, kind of clutching the end and leaning way too far outward from the long limbs.
Totally
You're almost
lost in
like
their
expecting them to
bad
either like
narrative.
take off, like a spider in a windstorm, pulling off the front as they just glance out. Their head can
I'm opening the
Turns back
hold.
around
If
to
there's anything in the
Xandus.
ship you want to keep and bring with us down there, let's grab it now and load up.
There it goes. Maybe 3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours, we got 3 hours.
All right then. For next hour, let's try this again.
I'm gonna enhance her wisdom ability. I'm gonna cast enhance ability on her.
Same fucking.
You get to roll twice.
What are we doing?
Okay.
This is an example of what it will be if we don't have an expert flying it. The rolls are.
Okay. 22.
We'll pick it up a little better. Evens out. and you watch as the kind of tall, slowly shifting mountain of brown and gray dust on the windy horizon is imminent in the next half hour or so before it kind of begins to blanket the landscape in a low-strength dust storm. But as Sandus goes, you definitely picked it up. It's better. You feel confident you can do that again? So you're saying you're aiming for like a very specific target on this, or is it just trying to crash into whatever?
No, it's a really specific.
Yeah.
It's a large sinkhole.
Okay. Well, you know what? You're the bosses. You tell me what you want.
We just don't want to kill you, Xandus.
I don't want to die.
I mean, if we fail, does it matter?
I mean, that's kind of why I'm making assurances, because if we fail, there are no fucking airships
But
anyway.
you could get him out of Dodge.
No.
You're getting teleported, you can fly, you
I
can
mean,
carry somebody.
I
I don't want to waste the
And you
Nightmare
could-
King on some dude.
Well, no, I could take care of Xandus, or, you know, if
I just don't want to crash the airship into the side of the crater.
We've got all kinds of buffs. I got all kinds of buffs.
If we,
We got a fucking moat of possibilities.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
I would,
Okay.
we can spend it
that's just
somewhere.
another way to do
He's a
advantage
buffer
though.
cleric.
We could spend it
So
somewhere.
Just
his
putting it out
buffing,
there.
party buffing is what he does best.
Is it, I mean, I feel like you have to go down and be on ground team, but having, you know, an exultant in proximity in that area that everybody knows you, that's what we want.
Do we still have our robes from when we were rolling around the Paragon's Call?
In the hall.
Should be in the hall. I've got a disguise kit too.
I think we should disguise ourselves
How do
at
you
the
know
very
this forever?
least.
As Ruby.
Putty.
Ruby Vanguard.
Yeah, we don't have Vanguard robes, but we do.
We stole like 3 red Vanguard robes
Yes,
too
we did.
from the house.
I'm not making any commentary, so this is going to be the most boring video for you guys. I think I may just have to. I don't know. Should I keep it on? I shouldn't.
So
keep
we're
it on?
flying.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Should
What
should-
if-
I mean,
One last idea.
Yeah.
To bring the expert with us.
Yeah.
Into a hotbed of danger, I understand that. What if you guys have the hole with the vehicle in it?
With a vehicle fit.
Oh, shit.
I
Give
don't
it to
think
Xandus
the
when we
vehicle
land?
cannot
I think we
fit.
have
Vehicle's probably not going to fit in there. It's still large.
I know I'm fighting against the Xandus thing, but the Changebringer said to bring someone on to sacrifice, so I'm okay with it.
The wild winds of interpretation have blown
I mean,
again.
why am I fighting against it? Right? That's what the Changebringer said to do, so I'm okay with it.
Skeleton
Why
crew,
not?
it's still very good for you to know how to fly the ship if
Yes.
we let everybody else land.
For sure.
Sure.
So it's
No.
good to have you.
I gotta
and
go with the
then just
Changebringer on this.
Try to not kill Xandus, please. I like
Plenty
Of
of
course.
things for us to mess up.
We won't kill Xandus.
Hedge our bets.
Xandus is gonna make it okay.
Nightmare King is on Xanda's duty, or
And Sky
Would
Or
you
me,
do-
we got 2, the 3 of us
If
will
Xandus
cover
has like
Xandus.
cardiac arrest, we got somebody right here.
Oh,
And we
yeah.
can
Take
just
over.
say that Sky Team is not going to fly directly into the Maelstrom. You're going to fly a little ways away to drop off Landis, so that Michael Xandus, so that they can start hightailing it out of there. Because we can't bring you. Sorry.
No, that is what the discussion is.
Yeah.
I don't want to go in personally.
Right, no,
Wherever you weird people are going, I'd prefer to stay a ways back and excitedly celebrate when you come back. Maybe with another ship,
We
I
got a
guess.
whole night to figure out some other stuff too. Maybe I can try to make a parachute so he can pop off a couple miles out or something.
do
We'll
we have
figure
it
it out.
all night? I thought it was today.
It starts
Tonight.
It starts tonight or
Tonight or
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
We're not sure.
You don't have the specific timing of it.
Yep.
You just know that it's coming soon.
Yeah.
All right.
The only reason I bring
Literally
that up
the
is
end of
just
the
the
world.
downside is that Sky Team is going to be lagging behind. Also, we don't really have an exit strategy.
No, we have talked
Which
about
we
that.
still have to do this. We just have to do it.
If we do it right, then exit strategy might just be recover and breathe deep and make our way out. Like, we may just not get chased out if we do it right.
No way, we're gonna get chased
I
out.
know, we're gonna get chased out.
All right, and go.
Okay. We know we're gonna dock. We know we're gonna let half the team off and ground team.
Let's do it now.
Skeleton team. Well, are we there yet?
Now we're 3 hours away, 2.5 hours away.
Yeah.
Be there.
So you
We can be there.
Let's just talk like this for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Also, we can't forget that there was like the pulsing every minute on the minute.
Some sort of like dispelling energy.
Dispel magic thing.
Which will probably cause the ship to crash, just because it dispels the stones, probably.
We don't know how.
But it was pretty localized, wasn't it? It's
How
not
far
like
up did the
Radius.
radius of that?
It seemed to be pretty much just the interior of the sinkhole, and you're not certain, like, the power or scope of what it's capable of doing.
So
We
when
were
you're
just
flying,
warned.
You gotta get above it instead of coming in at it. Because if it kills it, it'll just.
You just gotta go
No,
above and boom.
tell that to Xanis, he's doing it.
Yeah, and so which.
Yeah.
He's not doing it.
Xandis is.
Xandis just said he didn't want to do it.
Excuse me.
Oh, you're doing it now?
Yes, I'm the captain now
Okay,
of this
let
ship.
it be known.
Wait,
I am
what?
I am
Wait,
I thought you
I know,
That's what. Wait a minute.
this guy just said, he
You
just,
were pro freaking Xandis the whole time, and then
And then
I
he
flipped,
said-
and now you flipped.
and then he
No, I
said, now we're
didn't.
gonna drop Xandis off.
I did not say that. I said, you just misunderstood me, Mojin. I want to land like,
Motion.
I'm not the first person to say that, like 200 or 300 feet away so that Xandis can start running, not a quarter mile away.
No, 200 to 300 feet away is still dropping him off before you crash land into the thing. That is dropping him
down
off.
with the ship,
I
and then
think
you guys get
said
about
it,
to die.
you set it in a direction and then leave and know that it is plummeting at the
Oh
target.
wait, like Speed, with Keanu Reeves, really good movie.
Such a good movie.
Yeah. Is that what you're kind of
Yeah, I
talking
wasn't
about?
thinking anyone was
Yeah,
going
we
to
put it on
ride
there.
down into the hole. You're
No,
just going to
no,
be like, oh,
we're gonna jump off at some point before
Yes.
we hit, yeah.
and then swing away a ways and drop off Xandis and then start heading in to help.
Y'all are gonna have to be on that ship and make sure it plummets
You gotta
Yeah,
directly.
we're gonna
You gotta guide it
we're
down.
gonna start the dive and jump off.
Yeah, moments before it hits.
Moments before.
Okay, so
Like,
Xandis can
we're in
jump
an
off.
elevator that's falling, but you jump right at the last second.
Yeah.
Once it's
Except Xandis will have to jump as soon as the elevator starts going down.
Yeah, I know.
But we're not doing this situation. We're doing this situation.
And we're
I guess.
talking about Ferneagle
Yeah.
carrying Letters and Xandis off of the plummeting ship.
Or are we gonna have
So as long as
Spider-Man with
have
us?
We also have Ira.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's gonna take Xandis.
Spider-Man can take Xandis.
And then we're gonna
You're-
figure something
Yeah,
out.
she's gonna take me.
Or Fern Eagle can take Xandis and Ira can.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Eagle.
Ira could take,
I'll just
you
propel
down
it
to
out.
go to.
So as long as those runes are active, that thing can plummet like it weighs exactly what it should
This
weigh.
thing is, by the way, about 3
Just
hours.
so it said.
So-
who is the body man on Xandis?
I'm also going to point out
That's
just so
what
people.
we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, we shouldn't-
We have two options. so
It'll
we're
it'll
okay.
be me
If
or it'll
anybody
be
comes
Ira.
online, I'll
Also
answer
to
your
point out,
questions.
because I think
probably.
this is how it works, is that the anti-magic field might make it could make it drop, it could make it fly up. I don't know if it cancels out
We
the
just established that that's a local thing.
Yeah, so,
Probably not
you
but
know,
once it gets in there, it either the runes will go down and it will start to fly up, or the whole thing will shut down and it will keep dropping.
Why would it fly
it'll
up?
sink.
Because
Why
of
would
the
it?
brimstone?
The brimstone's gonna be dispelled basically once that anti-magic hits.
Maybe.
Also,
As far, I mean, it's my experience with these sorts of ships, the brimstone part of what keeps it aloft, and accelerating is the input of Arcana. So if it's disabled, it'll just stay in place without weight putting on it. And with the weight of this ship, it's probably going to sink.
I would have, yeah, I knew that.
the only other thing is we don't fully know how
The
this.
only other thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Just one last problem. No big
The
deal.
gods laugh.
It seems like this Malleus key, it's got the little like tuning fork situation, and it's got the little spark, like little like taser
Yeah.
thing.
You poke at me.
Cat prod.
Okay, yeah.
No, I've heard cattle prods first.
We can only assume, I guess we'll find out, that the moment that the apogee solstice hits, they're going to want to blast that fucker up to the moon to dispel the gate around the moon.
Yeah.
God plans Pradathav's last.
I don't have a point to that, just stating.
No, it's good.
The only other
None of
thing,
us have points.
the only other thing
Just plan.
is ground team.
Yep.
Is what is the plan there? Just like literally walk up and start
Y'all have
traveling down
hours
the
to
hole.
figure
We're
that
going-
out
we're
as
gonna
you
go
as you go in.
down,
Look,
we have to take a
the
look
the
around,
light is
figure it
changing.
out.
We are there, people.
The dust storm finally reaches you on your trajectory, and the clouded, thick, gray-brown storm that surrounds the exterior makes it hard to see anything beyond about 30 or so feet.
I'm gonna turn on my eyeball wipers.
Xander puts their goggles on as well. Goes, don't worry, got these things to go ahead and pierce through for such bad viewing ship. I can go ahead and keep an eye out there. I just have to go back and forth from the the controls to the front a few times. But Xander starts running back and forth and keeping tabs. All right. When should we drop off the rest of the crew?
Now, right? We're a couple hours out,
I
right?
don't know when you.
Yeah, Ira's been keeping an eye out. Reaches into his coat and goes,
Uh-oh.
What is that? What?
You
He
need
needs
to know how far away we
the
are.
eyeglass to know how far away we are.
What's wrong?
Really?
I seem to have misplaced something.
What?
I guess we're just going to wait here, aren't we?
Okay. Are you looking
You dropped
for
something.
your
You look back and his face is right up against yours.
It's game day.
your thing that you were looking through? I happened to find it.
Oh, where did you find it, Fern?
It was like rolling around on the deck, so I wanted to make sure that it didn't roll
You
off.
gotta be more careful with
You
your
should be more
belongings.
careful with your belongings.
It's so forgiving.
Looks through over the edge for a bit. There is a cavern not far below. Perhaps that would be a safe space for the rest of your crew. And we're about an hour and a half out. Sanders goes, all right, let's bring it down. Eventually, coming to rest on the ground, the wind's still blowing past. Everyone's hair is caught askew in the blowing up and the bluster. Eventually, the rest of the crew begins to gather, and one by one, gathering their things. All their important elements have been instructed at the possibility of the ship not returning. One by one, they disembark and take shelter within this nearby rock cavern. Xandus, as they say goodbye, the last of their crew looks back at the rest of you. Let's go ahead and make a very, very strong note of where this is, because I don't want to have them stranded out here either.
Oh, sure. Or where we are represented on the map that I have of
There's more of this.
Yeah,
Great, I'll make a mark on it.
go ahead and make a mark on the map.
If can we tell the crew if we're not back in a few days, we'll leave food for them and everything, right?
Yeah, there's plenty of, there's materials, supplies here. You're emptying the ship, so they take all the with them.
If we're not back in a few days, you should probably try to make your way to a tent.
Xandus actually takes their small personal map of Hellcatch and aspects of Marquette and kind of marks the path to the nearest city, which is Passers. So it's probably safer to go southwest to Passers than to go northeast to the Rumadan, because that can be very hot and dangerous before you even get to Ankara or any of the surrounding cities. So just head this way. Look for what's your friend out there? You said you know.
Oh, the Callaways? What? Who?
In Bassers, you have a.
Joe?
Oh, Joe.
Look for a person named Imahara Joe. They write that down on the sheet there, and tell them you're friends of Bell's House, and maybe they'll put you in the right direction. Otherwise, just stay safe. And kind of goes around and gives a round of hugs to the rest of the crew. Don't worry, I'll see you all soon enough with a bigger, shinier ship. Right?
That's right. Hey, do you want to point out on this map about where we are at this moment, roughly?
Up here in this direction.
There's a word that's underneath.
Don't hurt my weathers.
You are about.
That's what's in all those sinkholes.
Oh shit! This is indeed the site.
Oh, it was right there in plain sight the whole time.
I gotta wear this.
Was that thing the whole time?
But there's been a couple of those.
Yeah.
Those are known sinkholes.
Gnome sinkhole?
Yes,
just
known
known
sinkholes.
All right,
Are there? Okay.
we're gonna sit
No,
down,
there's sinkholes.
cut them loose, put them in the cave.
And we all know that we're gonna at least set down one more time before we go in, right? Ground team isn't walking from here.
I don't know how far.
Maybe.
We're an hour and a half away.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take it as close as you feel is best or comfortable, and then I guess we'll put the rest of you down.
Sure.
So just stop me when we're ready. And leans back into the heavy winds of the dust storm and pushing towards your destination, with Ira now kind of cackling at the far point end of the ship with the eyepiece out and occasionally looking back. A little bit to the left. shouting into the storm. The ship adjusts back. It's just running as navigator in the middle of this howling wind.
I wouldn't come in much further.
So, a question. The ship travels at relatively what speed?
150 miles an hour.
This is the math part.
Yes, let me go ahead and grab.
If an airship is traveling at 150 miles an hour and a ground team is traveling at
Oh, I always
30
hated
feet.
those.
And you have a bucket
Every
of
6 seconds.
12 apples.
When will they meet?
Yeah, I actually kind of like
They
it.
don't.
The doctor was his mother. That's the answer.
Oh,
Because our average speed is about 35, 40 feet.
So, Skyship, it's about 10, normal pace is 10 miles per hour, but with winds picking up, it can go much quicker.
Okay, and then the crawler moves at top speed about.
I'd say probably about 50 miles an hour.
Not very quietly.
Oh, it goes
No.
faster than the airship.
It does, yeah. It cruises pretty fast.
Well, you can only get. You'd have to stop 1,000 yards out, probably, right?
Yeah,
Very loud.
It's airship, then crawler, then the last stretches.
And if the dust storm stops, we'd have to stop driving because that thing's real loud.
How do we line up at the right time?
It's amazing what this shows.
Quick check
Pay
if there's
attention.
anything, I'm grabbing, if we have it, 200 feet of rope, 6 cannonballs. If there's anything you want to throw in the
Fantasy
hole
battle,
that's on the
but
ship
I-
right now is the time to do it.
Fascinating.
Make a note of that.
I'm making pictures.
We rested, right?
You did.
I'm gonna hand out 3 Danishes that I cooked inside my stomach last night. Who needs a little extra boost of health?
Lavna.
Well, you just toughened up, didn't you?
Toughened up a little bit, but I'm still
I'll give you, it's a
living
cherry Danish.
pinata.
You, Imogen, get a cherry Danish?
cherry.
Shit, baby.
I'm good. I'm strong.
Orem?
Actually,
Or, I like,
And I'm
We're
old.
not
Cherry
gonna be a
Danish.
ground team.
is it
You're gonna.
a special
Oh.
Danish or just
It's a
delicious?
special cherry Danish that gives you an extra 3 temporary hit points when you
3?
eat it. Yeah.
How long does it last?
Until your next long rest.
oh, that's not bad.
You have one? You got a Danish?
I did. I'm just gonna eat it now.
Lana got a Danish?
Long
Yeah,
rest.
yeah, three Danishes. I think I can do 3.
I just want a piece of crust. I know it's
So
not
3
really
to
a
3
point,
points?
but
Yeah, I'll take it now. Why not?
This is really good.
wow.
Oh, I've been working on it. I still can't taste them, but
You would know.
We'll work on that. Wow.
I should send
Yes.
some to the Ashari.
To give them our ETA
Yeah,
and see if they can give us any bit of info on theirs.
okay. Alright. Sure. I'm gonna send a message to what, Keeler?
Yeah, send it to Keyleth. I don't know, maybe fish for a way out for everybody. That's not important.
Rule book.
Alright.
And
And we're what, about a
planning
Hour and a half,
something
hour and 20 minutes.
hour and a half out on foot,
dreadful.
you say?
If you want to get that close, you can.
No, I mean, if we land now and we're,
We're gonna fly a little bit further, land, crawler, and walk. So I don't know how.
a couple hours now.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Alright.
Do you want
So
some
about-
disguise kit?
In about 30 minutes, we can travel roughly
She'll let him out a
2
little bit.
miles.
Put you in some scarlet robes.
I'll put
I don't
it
want
on.
to show this out a little bit.
Yeah,
30 minutes, 2 miles.
So we're gonna land half a mile out.
we're gonna land half a mile out.
It'll
To
be,
the north, south,
you
what?
can travel a mile in about 15 minutes.
Okay. So
Roughly on foot, just on foot.
we're to the southeast?
Yeah, we're southwest.
Mile and 15 minutes? No way. Well, maybe. These are like
Okay, so we're
athletic
southwest of the,
creatures.
alright, I'm gonna send that message to Keelit. We're a couple hours out
You're kind of an athletic creature yourself there.
to the southwest. Are we meeting up? Just going for it? Help?
Whiskey.
That's your message. Gith responds, I'm gathering those of able body who've recovered from our last endeavor. I'll look for a tree. Let me know when you need the cavalry. our arrival isn't quiet.
Got it.
Does that mean you have to save a little juice to,
Send a message.
yeah.
And there's probably no trees down there. Maybe there is. We should keep an eye. Y'all should keep an eye.
As you traveled, you have seen a few trees that kind of dot the landscape here that have, adapted to the drier landscape of the Hellcatch. Different sizes, some kind of small, not kind of gnarled. I mentioned that kind of like look like these arms reaching up to the sky.
It's got to be thick enough for people to come through. That's the requisite.
Yeah.
And nothing, they would have, did they see any in their dreams of the location?
I think they've been focusing enough on the sinkhole that likely not to the point of making a note of it, but as you approach, you can definitely keep an eye out.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, phase 2.
Those two land and split up.
Sure.
Last call for things in the hole.
Let's pull out our robes.
Yeah.
Robes.
All right. We've got 3 of the ruby.
The Ruby Vanguard robes.
Ruby
All right,
Vanguard.
that's 3 of you. Who has the Ruby Vanguard outfits on?
Probably the. Well,
Should be people who look passable as mages, and then
that's not me.
it's not you, and then the other should be Paragon's Call.
Right. Okay. So you, me, Orm, or Chet. Which one of you wants to be?
You could look
As
like
far
a little.
Paragon's Call or Vanguard?
I feel like Chet's more Paragon's Call with his bloody apron on.
Oh, shit, do I have to take it off to blend in? I just want to let them know it's coming.
Well, if you wanted that, you could have been on the ship.
I'll do Vanguard.
Ruby Vanguard, Ruby Vanguard, Ruby Vanguard, and then
Naked with the apron on.
respect.
Just
And my hat.
ass cheeks out.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Can't be slowed down in the end of days.
Don't you think the apron would change?
Another option.
Paragon. Yeah, Paragon. Yes.
Get all the
we
crimson
got.
rights going. Just,
Paragon, where's
Okay.
that? I'm gonna.
Now,
Yeah.
and like the Paragon's Call don't have much of a uniform amongst them, more than just like, a handful of small symbols. For some of them, it's the amulets they keep, but they mostly just look pretty rough and tumble.
I'm just gonna zip up my. I'm gonna wear the jumpsuit like it's supposed to. So I'm just gonna, just. Yeah.
and I'll be as invisible as long as I can.
Okay.
Also, point of order, we got 4 healing potions.
Potions. Who's got potions?
So I'm gonna have one so I can be like a EMT.
Yeah. We got a big one, 2 big ones, 2 little ones.
Yeah, you gotta have one.
Take one.
Here, take a biggies.
I have a disguise kit. We could do a little makeup job on our way on the boat over.
Here, Chet, take one too.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like, nope, sorry.
Who's got less than 65 hit points? Do you have one?
I've got this.
And then I don't know if this is
You
an
want 2 of
old
them?
one or not.
Beautiful.
Maybe we're.
That's a baby. There were 4 of these, right?
Fantastic.
No, we had 3 of those on the
Speaking of
table.
healing potions,
No, but
check out the blood pressure on old
I have 2 now.
Can we say as we were flying over, I like
over 73.
put on a little
man.
foundation.
Good.
If you wanted
Some
to
rouge,
anything,
brighten your complexion
yes,
up.
to not look so
Beats
dead.
Jack Nicholson and Batman.
Yeah.
Like
One-
Meryl Streep and
Beats
Desperate Hunter.
primarily.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
Love
I'm used to patching this. I don't have to patch this. Look like a little
I
sand.
was
All
telling you it was the telephone job.
You
That
get
shit
within, you said about a half a mile.
I think half a mile
Spreading
would.
gate is good for me.
That seems close.
Yeah.
Half a mile would be close.
It feels a
We
little
should be a
close. I think a
mile out.
mile is
All right.
fine, and we could even
Yeah.
be on
Mile out
this
coming
side
in.
of the mile.
And we're still low. We've been low this whole time.
As low to the ground as is possible. And it's just
Keeping
flat,
an eye out.
flat desert, like any rolling hills or mountains behind us that we could blend in with, or is it just
desert.
I don't eat,
I
man.
mean, it's just dust storm right now.
Just, oh, that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps.
Okay, so coming in low.
That doesn't help,
and
man.
then
What are you
the dust.
talking about?
Okay.
That helps.
The sky ship kind of begins to ride at a slower speed now, both because of the wind and because now that it's staying low, it has to make sure it doesn't suddenly ride up on the base of some sort of a mountain mesa or pillar. Xandis is kind of taking it through, goggles on, horns just curled back, the coat kind of flapping, clutching the front of the wheel and just kind of intensely looking forward. You can see kind of that half grin, but also that kind of occasional like neck crack of anxiety as they push onward, riding the ground low until you get about that mile distance where Ira says, "The mile's upon us. Time to bring it down." Dust gets carried away by the wind as the sky ship comes to rest here on the floor of the Hellcatch Valley. All right, so I guess we're the ones staying behind to take her home.
Good
Oh,
luck
boy.
to all of you.
Good luck to y'all.
We'll need 10 minutes lead time to get there, so tell us when you want us to,
All right.
if we don't see you again. Sure has been nice knowing you.
Don't do that.
Okay,
We'll
it
see
hasn't
you all
been
again.
nice to know you.
Sorry. We'll see you again. We'll see you all
We'll
again.
see you.
We'll be fine. It's gonna be great.
TPK.
Element
Could
of
be a
I'm not
fucking
nervous.
TPK with this
We
fucking.
don't know we're coming.
These are like
We're working in
suicidal
concert.
looking motherfuckers.
Warren still runs over
No,
and
no,
hugs
TPK. They did
Vern to go,
TPK
like,
on Alexandria Unlimited.
"We'll see you soon."
Don't do anything stupid.
Oh, this is all
It
stupid.
was one survivor.
I know. Just.
The Aarakocra.
If something goes wrong, just run.
That's
Don't,
what I don't
you don't need to be any heroes.
You can see some of the bright colors and the kind of wildfire like arcane lightning is now sparking through the storm, causing the various dark shadows beyond to light blue and purple and green and all sorts of technicolor flashes as you get closer and closer to the shifting nexus point of the ley lines this side of Marquette, all brewing into one final flashing core not far north from where you stand. The dust continues to keep a very chaotic and very unexpected future before you.
Yeah.
As Xandis kind of adjust their goggles. Well, not to jump off of your start there, but look forward to getting back together on. I get the sense there's probably not much of an enterprise around this corner, but whatever it may be, Eshtaras said a lot of great things about you in our correspondences, and in the time I've been with you, you all seem like pretty okay people. So, I think what you're doing is pretty important, and I'm happy to be a part of it. So, just buy me a drink when we get out the other side, eh?
We're lucky to have you on our side, Xandis.
Don't I?
You either.
We're not gonna, you're gonna be fine.
Well, good luck. May whatever you pray to or do not keep watch on you, or just stay focused ahead. They go ahead and take a swig of their brown jug once more, and then step over behind the wheel and just kind of focus. Ira kind of creeps over to the rest of you. Well, this is exciting. Just be ready for anything.
Yeah. I really wish we had
Adventure.
on our.
Okay. Go get the car ready.
Can I lean around Ira and look at Xandis? Xandis!
Yads? What?
Look, I'm real old. Been around for a long time. This is gonna be one for the history books. We're lucky we get to make a difference. You got this. That's it.
Appreciate that.
Okay.
Ira.
Don't betray us.
You're an inspiration. I like you a lot. All right, bye.
Wait. Did you want to give him a good luck?
No.
Are you sure? Now's the time.
Oh my God.
What if you don't get another chance?
Good luck, what?
Holding her arm like,
Letters. Yeah. Changebringer be with you.
And also with you.
My life has been so fucked since I've met you. Thank you.
Why are we saying goodbyes like this is our goodbyes?
These aren't goodbyes, these are pump ups.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I have ultimate faith in y'all. I know we're trying to save the gods or whatever. I could give a shit less about them.
I don't even know him, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, think how much
He doesn't.
Just in case, the Fern. What? I go and give Fern a big hug.
Oh.
And then I reach in pockets and go.
Sleight of hand.
Let's go.
I love it.
I was wondering.
Oh.
How much?
23.
Fuck.
Ah.
You sense his hand wandering into a pocket.
What are you looking for?
Oh, good.
Something personal and irreplaceable.
Oh, something personal and irreplaceable. I am going to give you a kiss on your head.
Aww.
Well, fuck, now that's just really hard to steal back, isn't it?
Well, you asked for something. What did you ask for again?
Expensive.
Good hands. Good hands. Confidence climbing.
You're just fucking great.
Fucking stoner, man.
See you later today.
Total stoner.
Take care of
shit.
everybody.
Yeah, they'll be
Please. fine.
We'll see you in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Even now.
Yeah.
Reminds me of my mother.
Okay. It's gonna be great. This is gonna be great. We're doing great.
Okay, good. All right, everybody, bring it in. Bell's Hells on 3.
1, 2, 3.
Bell's Hells.
And Sandus.
Off the distance because of the crushing, you're like,
All right.
Okay.
Hi.
Gathering your materials that you need for this, you together pull your crawler from the side of the ship and set it onto the valley floor. It sparks awake, a flash of blue crackling energy inside its energy core, and the feet come to life, kind of adjusting its weight to hold itself in place with the front wheels to prepare for the journey ahead.
You're gonna set up the
Thankfully, you have
battle.
two very small members of your
Second part
team.
is the battle.
While this wouldn't be at optimal travel speed, you can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 3/4 onto it. And with one glance back at the silver sun, the wheel picks up, skids off into the dirt as the back feet push off, sprinting deeper and deeper into the technicolor dust storm ahead.
Does it seem like we're louder than the dust storm, or is the dust storm keeping the sound of what?
The wind's pretty loud, and the sound of the crawler is heavier at initial takeoff. And beyond that, it's just heavy footfalls grinding into it. There isn't like a continuously roaring engine outside of any sort of arcane flares or kickback from the core. But you press on.
only taking us about a half mile, 3/4 at the most, and then we're shutting this down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep an eye out.
Perception check.
That's it. Don't need it.
It's just you.
Technically,
Well, I'm
actually, actually, technically, because this is the dust storm, I would say do a singular roll. So just go ahead and roll 1 dice because you would get to use it.
That is a 25.
Oh, 25. All right. We'll go ahead. All right, we will mark that as your general, like, oracle-like eye on the horizon ahead of you as you continue. You catch a couple of shadows and then pass by some rocky outcroppings, some hills or punched stone that has long set rested within. You see a tree or two that you pass by on a smaller scale. Nothing yet that may be of the size that you're used to seeing your Voice of the Tempest traverse yet. But you do see a lot of the haggard trees in here. And now that you have like a ground view, as you pass a couple to keep an eye on it, you can see it's kind of the pale green and orange leaves that kind of just emerge in spurts at the end of some of these like crooked, upward twisting branches, and these tiny little seed pods that kind of begin to emerge in lines down the bottommost branches of the tree. That's about it. You push on until you gauge the distance is around the level of comfort you're willing to take this crawler forward. Do you just abandon it here in the middle of the valley?
Can we hide it behind like a stone? Is there a boulder or anything to hide it?
Yeah, you can go ahead and lean it into his face. There isn't like you haven't encountered at this point any like major variations to the land yet. There were some further back there, but at this line it's a little bit flat. But you do find one little hill or embankment to go ahead and like lean it up against and keep it out of sight from the direction you're traveling.
We could use one of those capes that Nana Mori gave us. I don't think it would do much good, but it might just cover the crawler from the
Short
sand.
shelf.
Just to cover it from the sand, mostly.
Right, those capes are done.
They're done.
Yeah, they've been used. It's just a fabric or fabric.
Is it big enough to give it a little cover? No, probably might just make it more visible. I don't know. This thing's pretty grubby, so.
Yeah, if they're worth their salt, there will be a patrol, right?
Because we still have one of those, right? Or did we use all of them?
Actually, I got a great
We have 2
idea.
of them left.
There's up to
We have 3 total to
Yeah.
cover the whole
Let's turn it
park.
over.
Yeah, and I gave one of them to
Like it's
the.
been discarded.
We
Even if they come across it though, they've been patrolling the area, they would be new, right?
Well, sand shifts all the time. What do you think?
If we need a quick escape, we'd have to flip it back over.
Yeah, okay, let's
That's
just
fine.
go.
But ultimately, very low chance that we're going to be getting on this thing right.
Yeah.
The moment that we get out of the crawler, I pull out the scribe ball, and I'm just gonna hand out the entire time as we walk close.
You got it. Clutching it, then this the very faint underglow of its kind of palish gray-blue energy, just kind of framing the bottom of Ladna's face from within the vanguard robes that you wear. No particular directional point of light discerning a immediate proximity to your target.
I'm gonna keep it tucked a little bit as well.
Continue
Very
on
subtle
for
cello playing in the background.
a few more minutes.
But as loud as it
You
gets.
catch 2 things. One, out to the right-hand side, you do see a larger haggard tree. One that might be
Oh, there somewhere.
might be a good anchor point for the Voice of the Tempest.
Does it have any distinctive features that could be described?
You see its height sits at about 15 to 20 or so feet. The heavier, thicker branches that make up kind of the spiraling, almost lightning-like climb of it, there's 4 of them. And you are welcome to leave a mark upon it that you think would make it unique.
Yeah, if we get up to it, I'll carve the Ashari symbol, hourglass-like.
Piano.
You've got it. Easy enough to do. You're quick with a blade, and not the first time you've carved a symbol of any kind into a tree. So, Zorro speed style managed to mark an Ashari symbol into the side of this tree. Definitely a familiar anchor for someone looking for such a thing. You feel satisfied and turn around and take just a handful of feet back in the direction you were traveling before, another shadow shape,
Handful of feet.
larger, catches your attention. Kind of just a little bit to the left in the direction you're traveling.
Little
It
bit
looks
left.
like a hill, like a mound of some kind. And as you begin
The
to travel
mountain.
past it, you begin to see more details, shapes, hard lines, like a structure almost, but a bit chaotic and oddly varied.
Structure,
Chaotic.
but not typical dwelling.
Erotic.
Higher we would be familiar with.
Neurotic.
Too far away to make that much detail beyond just the kind of silhouette of it.
Looking forward to the detour. I don't know, some sort of structure. How far off?
Something
Best you can tell.
wonderful to see.
Could be an outpost though.
Could be a way in. Could be more.
Is to see me watching you.
Yeah, we definitely just put all of our disguises
How
on.
stealthy would you want to be?
Okay.
Are we still, is it still sandstorming around us too?
Oh yeah.
Still sandstorming
Let me
around.
know when you want us to get real quiet.
Right.
Get real quiet.
So are you skirting around it or continuing the direction you're going? Or are you detouring?
Do you wanna sneakily go over and check it out?
Like a group self check for those on the ground team then.
I think is one of us going in solo or all of us
Skynet
going
took
with
his
it?
water out.
I mean, the less.
Flashing Jack.
I think we probably
Oh,
should all
he's so
check,
good
so
at
it's like that tank.
When he does
So the four of
that.
you continue venturing on your own path into this dust storm. Be sure you don't lose eye contact with
We're
the
not gonna
rest of the
move,
team.
we're not like keeping walking
Okay.
without him. He's
Okay.
just
Go ahead and make a self check for me. I'll give you advantage on this because you are in the middle of the dust storm.
Looking for love is not a crime.
27, sorry.
You slowly approach this shape. this silhouette,
Loving
and
is
approach
even
it.
less.
It's not a structure or building, it's wreckage.
Crazy women of
You get
critical
closer and
role.
closer still, and you see what looks to be splintered and destroyed
Will you
wooden
take
stone.
me away
You see
in your soul?
what almost looks like a half-crumbled
Will you
cathedral.
smile
Make a perception
when
check
I
for me.
make a
Actually,
perception
no.
check?
This would be an investigation check.
Investigation check.
Natural 19 for 24.
24. You get a bit closer and glancing at this. You see elements scattered in different places, smaller piles. There's like drag marks in the ground and all manner of footprints visible that are almost completely gone. You can just pick up from the dust storm as it's just about to cover them from any side. You can see the signs of people who have moved through. This was a skyship that crash landed. And the cathedral and designs of it have a very particular continuous religious theme in iconography. Like it carried a temple before it impacted and was left to partial ruin. It is mangled, parts of it are burned and the flames have died. It looks like the sections of it where the broomstone have been attached are either unseen or have been scavenged. With a high enough investigation check, it looks like it is in an ancient crash site.
It is not, or
It's not an ancient crash site.
That means that they might bring you all down before you go.
It's like a Shudicator ship.
Oh, you guys would be a perfect fucking
Vassal.
Jesus Christ Superstar,
Do
man.
you want to continue to investigate
See,
the
Jesus
wreckage,
would be
or
scary.
are you good with the information you have?
Because you can do Caselli. Actually, you know what?
yeah, I
Fuck
want
it.
to get a little bit closer, but I want to check the ground just in
You'd be
case
fucking
anybody
Judas,
left
man.
any sort of traps
Scanner would be
as I get
Judas.
closer. Just want to see if
He's
there's
really
any
mad. Peter. I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
No, there's no point. It's not gonna tell us anything. I'm gonna go back to the group.
Okay.
Okay. There's an airship that crashed. It doesn't look old, like it's fairly recent. It looked like it had remnants of a temple on it, so maybe from, what was that place across the sea that has all the temples and the deities and Vasselheim? Maybe. But if it's recent, I don't think it's a coincidence. They might have a way to shoot down something that was trying to travel here.
Great. Should we cancel plan A and...
Fuck, I think so. Because if they get hit in midair, they may not have the time to jump. They could get separated from each other. I think we gotta call it.
Unless we just make one hell of a distraction on the ground.
What if it's automatic? What if it's set to target anything that's coming through here?
That's a strategy, man. That's a strategist. Texas boy.
Unless they go really high. Do we see anything that, I mean, I guess like the...
Texans are like,
You have to get
war in Texas.
you have to get close and like really inspect the wreckage.
The closer we get, we might see some sort of anti-aircraft artillery. And
You
that
mean
would
to
give
the
us-
sinkhole?
Oh, to this.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Did you get a sense of what brought it down?
I didn't. I'll be right back. I'll actually focus this time, and as I follow my footsteps, if they're still there in the sandstorm, I'll start looking really carefully in the ground and on the horizon as I get closer. I'm gonna try and look for evidence of like gouging or explosions or anything that might have ruptured the ship versus like something that just crash landed
Okay.
on the exterior side without pushing it.
We'll maintain your investigation role because it's kind of still the same space and kind of carrying that attention to detail throughout. It's a pretty high investigation roll. You don't see any like.
Look for one other thing. If it was heavily armed or had mounts for armaments, like ours is a ship that has a couple of mounts for ballista and shit. Like, was this thing rolling dirty?
That's a good question. Looking through the remnants you can find, the outer edges of the ship are heavily fortified with metallic armor. You can see there are embankments and mounts along the exterior for heavy chain-based harpoons. What look like may have been cannons, but all the artillery's been removed. It's been taken. You can see what looks to be signs of battle on what elements of the deck are visible. You don't see any signs of any like massive exterior explosion, any sort of detonation or weapon blast that took it down. You do see signs of battle on the deck.
Which means they could have.
And you do see what elements of the bottom of the ship that you can find. There are what looked like giant metal harpoons with heavy chains behind them that were jammed and splintered in from underneath.
Well, but visibility, right, is on our side right now. And if they jumped onto the ship, then they probably saw them coming. Maybe they were looking for this place and they didn't have the exact location like we did. We might still have surprise.
We can let them know.
Yeah, we
As
should
long as
relay and
that
let them.
windstorm lets up.
Then it's over.
And also,
over.
harpoon guns only have a radius, they can only go so far, so this might just be, once again, this might just have to be very high altitude.
Maybe we tell them and we let them make the choice. If the sandstorm goes down, they have to abort.
Okay. Did you pack any type of fog cloud, windy, anything, Druid, realness?
We're not there.
No, I know.
Yeah, but even if it was a clear.
Yeah, you probably would have done that if you were selecting. You haven't selected the bus route yet.
I come back and I relay like, this ship was down to cloud. They were not fucking around. And if you look real closely,
I know, it sounds like.
the sandstorm will cover it in a mound. Look, hey, they're traveling heads. Helium-like effects.
Alright, I'm gonna send a message to Fern.
You have a limited amount of those, correct?
Yes, I do. I've already used this. Will be my second, third level spell.
Should we, before you do that, we get a little bit closer and see what else we potentially find in case there's more information that needs to be rolled up into this?
Sure, we still do have the sandstorm. We can wait.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I relay. We keep moving forward.
Alright.
Orm and I are up front.
And they're not gonna hit until we've found our
Safe zone.
our people anyway.
Yeah.
So they hang back for now.
Yeah.
More information, we need more information.
Yeah.
Okay. So you press on.
I also painted a dope ass Cerberus assembly symbol on it, so we're golden.
And as we press on,
Wait, bother with us, we're fine.
Cerberus assembly on board.
if he's got perception on the horizon and in the air, can I keep an eye strictly on the ground? Tripwires, plates, anything that looks out of the ordinary in this organically
Yeah, make a
blowing.
perception for me. It does not have advantage. It would have actually a disadvantage given the storm.
Heart rate.
Investigation or perception?
Perception.
Then that's just a 12.
Okay, so keep an eye out on the ground before you as you progress forward. You continue on 4 minutes more.
Still looking at the ball.
And it isn't terribly long before you see a bright point of light within the sphere you carry.
No,
in the direction that you're traveling. Though at an angle. You also see among the rocky mounds and bits of broken ground that push upward the rising lip of the edge of the excavation
Oh, I
site.
gotta poop. Oh,
Oh,
God.
me too.
My teeth start hurting.
You see it before anybody, but the climbing edge of it along the side, you can see the kind of rocky natural steps from the pushed up earth that has rolled back and crumbled. As the storm blows over, you can see the shapes of figures moving along the edge. You can see tents and various excavation shacks set up around the outside perimeter, as well as large shapes kind of walking by.
We're there.
So, those things that are walking by, are they on the upper rim and edge, or are they just beyond as we start to crest, or we haven't gotten there yet?
You haven't gotten there.
We're
Yeah,
seeing,
you guys
a
are.
line.
Yeah, you
right?
guys are like stepping forward and just, you're kind of looking at the ground before you, and it's just, the dust storm is kind of keeping most of it obscure, and then you just begin to see the ground rise up and just the outline of the edge there with like a couple of.
Is it worth like lowering our visual profile as we get to the edge to
Or,
peek?
I mean,
Or
Well, yeah, we got to approach this place
Yeah.
somehow. So we use Ash's group sneak, right, and get low and do exactly that. We try to time it so
You
that we.
hear behind you as you're having this conversation. And you turn around and you see a crawler that's riding rapidly, just parallel to kind of sandwiching you between the entrance of this.
Towards
we're
us
just
or
straight up. We're
No,
straight
just kind
up.
of behind
parallel.
you.
So we're
We're already
within their.
Yeah, we're in the hot zone.
Yes,
Let's,
that's okay. Your Paragon's call. You both got your yellow cloaks on.
Yes, which
And
could
we
also
gotta-
mean that we're within the.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Right.
Every minute.
Yep.
you guys do anything?
I suggest
Act
we drop.
natural. Just act like we're.
But
supposed to
also aim for a gap with no automaton behemoths.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
just
The crawler sound gets louder. And as it begins to tear through, the dust behind it kicked up, the large legs tearing into the valley floor. It gets about 60, 50 feet from you before you see the figure at the front. Heavy goggles, like long tattered coat with like streamers of different colored materials just flowing behind it. It pulls up around and kind of does a slow arc as it kind of rides by and gives you all a glance. I'd like to for me. You will have advantage because you are wearing the colors and outfits of allied
Okay.
figures.
Okay.
Group deception.
Natural 20.
For a total of
Deception, it's probably not advantage.
God damn it.
21.
21,
17.
17,
24.
24,
10.
10.
6. No.
That's okay.
We
That's
passed though.
That was 2 successes and then a double success on the natural 20, which is 2 failures.
Multi-pass.
Multi-pass.
You watch as it
I have a
cruises,
-2.
cruises by
Pretty high deception too. I rolled a 3 and
and
a
peels
5.
back off again, charging back off into the heavy storm,
Yeah,
seemingly satisfied.
we're not threatening enough. They would stop and would have fucked with us.
Yeah.
So we'll delay our movement forward until where there's like almost like little ducks in a row at a shooting gallery. We'll go between automatons because we got to get a look in here and see what we're dealing with. Yeah.
I think so.
Are there any other people like around the surface, just walking around outside of the automatons, or it?
Yeah, you see the shape of a handful of figures, maybe 2 or 3 people that are kind of walking along.
I mean, it's
2 of
quite
them
a
kind of stop
6
and talk
people
for a
against
second.
the whole army.
You're too far away to see any details beyond just like the outer shape that you see of a bipedal humanoid
Chance do they have?
walking past. You know, at the lip of this storm with the light coming through, it has kind of this light brown glow behind them with the occasional flashes of energy, which makes it very apparent for a moment the shape as the nexus flashes are just growing in more intensity and rapidity. So you see about 3 figures, and you see 2 of these large shapes. One that seems to be actually stepping up from the other side before it approaches over, heads towards one of the tents.
Just a question: as the crawler was going by, the person that was driving it, the people that we see in the storm, is it just outlines, or could we tell, at least from the person that was driving it, who I guess got the closest, do they have like a shawl or something up to protect their mouth from the sandstorm?
They do. And they all, the person in the crawler you saw was in the entire of Paragon's call.
Got it.
As best as you can gather from the details that you've granted in the past. But yeah, they have their face covered in like a mask to prevent the dust.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going in.
Yeah.
Let's do
Going
it.
in.
Confidently.
Hiding in plain sight.
Okay. You step closer and closer. Slowly you begin to see the details of this sinkhole edge encampment come more and more crisp into view. You can see tables and chairs. This definitely kind of has a... hard to tell if it's like a guard post or a remnant of the excavation that's just been taken. But you see a handful of tents and bits of furniture, crates, boxes that contain things you can't really make out at this distance. The massive automaton that you can now see standing, you know, a good 15, almost 20 feet tall. It's kind of a round egg-like body. Its heavy, thick legs looming up. Its massive piston battering ram-like fists reaching down, and you watch as the front of its body, like an opening, opens up to like a semi-hollow interior, and it begins to pick up a couple of boxes down the ground and placing them inside of it before it closes and begins to step back over and vanish down into the sinkhole below. The second one, the one that didn't emerge, is just slowly walking the perimeter to the left side. So you get closer still and you start seeing the colors of the Ruby Vanguard, the 3 figures that were present. They're all just kind of talking amongst themselves before they glance over and make notice of your approach. You see one of them puts their hand up like this, begins to step down 1 or 2 of the stones, glances over your direction, and you hear a voice go, "Who are you with?"
Miss Timmelt.
What is your business out there?
That's above your pay grade, son.
Persuasion check.
Come on.
That'd be persuasion or deception.
Actually, no, that would be deception.
Okay,
Deception.
it's 19.
19. The figure kind of gives you a look over. You all watch as this like soft glow just apparates from the inside of this pit. You're now close enough where you can just see the faint, like, and just kind of vanishes about 10 feet above. As it does, you see the massive automaton that's walking along the side. Its body suddenly flashes and runes, and it seems to like slow for a second before it picks back up again. Continues to move.
I cover my junk every time it flashes.
The individual approaches, they're like, you know, goggles up, mask up, kind of look at the rest of your troop. Well then, get to it, I guess. Go ahead and take their like walking stick that they had and start walking back up the side. The other two are just kind of glancing off. It's definitely, the quills aren't up, but they're all watching very carefully. What do you do?
Keep going.
We walk on
That's
through.
it. Yeah.
Big dick
I
energy.
need you all to make, aside from you, the rest of you to make a group deception check.
Okay.
Come on.
Cool.
Do we have
This is not an advantage because this is not a quick drive-by. This is a walk-in with a very, very meticulous inspection of each of
Deception.
you.
Okay, okay.
9.
Actually, well, you are wearing their robes, so I will give you advantage on this.
Oh, goodness.
12?
Much better. I mean, still sucks, but 8.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
12.
Good for
8.
me.
21.
18.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Matt! What are you doing?
We got the perch.
No stress.
Yeah, gone too.
You all begin to step and climb the outer edge of this pit. You rise up and as you were heading up the stone way, one of the figures, a female figure, goes, "Hold on." Glances at you in your garb. Pulls the goggles up. Remember when you fought in the kitchen? At a house in Eos?
Could you be more specific?
Was there a horse in the hallway?
There was a horse in the hallway?
Oh, when I headbutted a Clydesdale?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
A familiar face from that day.
This
Kind of
soon?
gives you an intense glance over.
Well, to be fair, I was a wolf
That's true.
for that fight.
That's true, you were a wolf.
I mean, the musk it permeates any nature, any active nature.
That's true. And scans over the rest.
Where are we? What's the
You okay?
setting?
You all right?
What's the setting?
Don't
This
do
is a
anything yet,
Dungeons and
don't do
Dragons
anything yet. We're not starting a battle right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Somebody looked at me and acted like something.
The rest of us, our hair is pulled back, our hoods are up, we've got
understand.
masks over our face.
I understand.
But it also, if we keep talking and stop him from talking, then nothing bad will ever happen.
Oh, it's time to go to break.
The figure inspects the rest of the crew as you're stepping by, and you see this kind of like intense scan of your troop. She kind of looks back and mouths something to one of the other people standing on the side, the one that originally approached and kind of talked to you. Gives a nod.
We're gonna need to split up. Now. You go.
Is there any covers or anything? Is there any
Just
place
slow
where we
this
can
down. Use
them a little bit?
the sandstorm to your advantage.
The figure that saw this, the one that approached you, just as this was kind of happening rather rapidly, begins to walk towards you, kind of putting a hand up to stop the rest of the troop. Can I talk with you for a moment?
Make it fast.
He kind of pulls you about 10 feet away, not quite making eye contact with you, kind of talking out the side of their face towards you. Who are these individuals?
I don't think you need to know that.
I think I do. It is part of my job here to remain post for outsiders, and one of my aides here at the side has exhibited some concern that perhaps you have been infiltrated.
Which one?
Kind of like gives a nod over towards Orem, and gives a glance over towards. I think it'd probably be you. Yeah.
How many of them?
Tell your aide there's nothing to worry about. They've been in my service for a long time and have been working doubles. This doesn't go beyond us.
Another wave comes cascading through the tunnel. The nearby automaton picks up again, continues its movement, and begins to turn to make its path backward on its patrol, kind of just heading in the direction of your crew. Make one more deception check. This will be with a disadvantage because they are very, very... They are anxious. They are close to a specific date they've been working hard for, and they are looking for any signs of infiltration.
Just while this conversation was happening, before you roll, I just casually look over our shoulders. Anybody behind us?
Make a perception check.
Just one. Never mind. Natural one.
No, don't see anybody. Looks like these three figures and the one patrolling automaton that's about 20 feet off from where you stand.
15.
15.
Disadvantage?
Girls are climbing on the chairs.
I'm sorry, but it is my ass on the line. You can continue, but we have to take them in. Turns around, goes to snap. We need to, please, take these figures, bind them, disrobe them. And one of the figures needs to walk over to one of the automaton and kind of waves it over, and it like begins to quicken its pace in the direction of the crew of U5.
And there are 3 individuals here?
3 individuals in the automaton, yeah.
It's just in Lana's head. Run. You heard them. Freeze, both of you. In your head. Run.
Think. In or out?
Whichever way I'll cause a distraction.
The one that was talking to you, with staff, begins to mutter an incantation under its breath. And then as they release the hand,
Let's go.
I need you and you to make wisdom saving throws.
Who?
Everyone but
Natural 20.
natural 20.
Advantage on it because it's magic, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Me as well?
You as well.
Are they only trying to take Orman? It seems like
Oh, 17, okay.
18. Okay.
18.
Okay.
Fuck. Great. All of you feel this magical influence begin to stick into your body, and you shrug it off. You feel your entire physical form freeze up, all of your muscles locking in place as paralysis takes over. What are you doing?
What are we doing, Orem? What are we doing, Orem?
I don't know, man.
Guess what? The one who cast it?
Yeah.
I make a beeline right for him, and as I run, I take my chisel and I go from my navel to my neck and just pull Chetney open his side and just attack him, like straight up attack.
And that's where we'll pick up as soon as we finish our break.
We gotta kill these
I'll set this
Rolling
down.
like shit.
As a transition, so you can get some thoughts on what
rolling like
Okay,
shit.
okay.
Oh, we're setting down a map? I already read this.
That
but
fast?
You gotta go.
This map
You
is
gotta
brought to you by
find-
Wiz
We gotta
Kids
break
Minis.
his concentration so your
Pre-order
paralysis
painted or
drops.
unpainted
That's all.
versions of WizKids.io/CRMinis or your friendly local game store.
So we have Imogen, you are back here. The wolf is right here, rushing
Kill
up.
him and bury him.
Yep.
Wherever
Take their shit.
you're all kind of standing off to
Hey,
the
there's
side here.
tents too. We can
Yeah,
just
that's cool.
drag them in there.
This fight is intense.
Hey!
Shame on you.
That made me happy.
Here. From here, we will have the
fuck, didn't want to do this so soon, but here we
Here
fucking
we go.
go!
Should be back here with the
If we do it right,
it just
shield us
just
out
walked
again.
off to talk about 10 feet. This is the one that casts the spell.
Sometimes it's go time.
And I'd say since you did run and leap, we'll start there. Because you did just say you left and transformed.
Yep.
And then we have two figures that were kind of watching down here, off to the side, and keeping an eye here as you rush past.
And the automatons are like crossing, doing patrol.
Right here.
Ah!
Jeez.
Boom. The last boom? This is maybe like 10 seconds after. Okay, so it's been a while. Yeah. All right, never mind. So we'll go to break. We'll pick up at this when we return. See you in a few minutes.
So nobody showed up for this, and I mean, we did the first part of it, and I don't see anybody making any commentaries or anything, so I'm gonna close it out. I want you guys to know that I love the show. I absolutely enjoy this show. There's nothing to comment on because, frankly, I mean, I'm just watching it. You know, what can I say? I'm just enjoying it. I could talk about important things like the war in Ukraine and the New World Order and the, you know, banking system and the Hasbro, but nah. No, I'll let you figure that out. You guys, you got your own problems, your own shit to figure out. And, in fact, there's only the moment of now. Eternal now. This now is going to repeat itself infinitely. It's been recorded, so this now is already past. The moment is already past. And,
Hey critters, Laura Bailey here to guide
That's
you
cool.
through what's new in the Critical Role shop.
watch Critical Role. Enjoy your life.
Anything be more perfect?
Drink soda.
I mean, the traveler always
Smoke
says
weed if you
impulse
want to smoke
purchases
weed.
are a good decision.
Drink whiskey if you want to drink whiskey.
Oh, so comfy cozy.
Be yourselves. Do what you want to do. Why
Look
worry
at
about what I gotta say?
So much fashion
Yeah,
happening
you
here.
got your own shit to do, you know. Go you do that.
It's
I
overpowering.
mean, my advice to
It's
you
so
is
cute. I can't handle it.
be happy.
This is a lot of stuff, you guys. We have like so many
See you
cool
in the
things
next
right
show.
now. And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical
Thanks for
Role shop
watching.
right now.
We now return to Town Door